Now on desk for Met Report Sports is Kevin Hall. Kevin, how are things looking for the teams?
Well, basketball season is just starting to wind down. Softball and baseball season just starting to wind up, but we'll start with some basketball. The women's basketball team has been quietly having a good season. A couple of winning streaks, and they're just a couple of games back out of first place in the RMAC. And now with Janessa Burke returning to the lineup after missing nearly 2 months with an injury, the offense looks to start gaining some more momentum. Metro had 3 players reach double figures and had 32 points from off the bench, including 8 from Burke. Cassie Lambrecht led the way with 16 points and added in 4 steals and 4 assists. Metro led by 16 at the half, and their win margin of 36 points ended up being the biggest margin of the game. The next night, the team took on Black Hills State in a defensive battle for a 54-44 win. Big weekend ahead for both teams when they take on Colorado Mines tonight and Colorado Christian tomorrow night for the homecoming game. Now, 14 weeks into the season and throughout all of college basketball, there are only 3 teams that are undefeated. One of those is our own men's basketball team. Chadron was no match for the Division II powerhouse, even with Metro's new lineup. Jamal McClurkin, Jordan Hunter, Derek January all made their first career starts, but the team still had the big man Jonathan Morris under the rim to lead the team with 16. The game became close with just under 4 left to play when Chadron got within 3 points, but Metro held on for the 63-51 win. The men also traveled to Spearfish, South Dakota to take on Black Hills State, and they won that one 70-55 to stay perfect on the season, and they have now tied the longest streak in school history at that #1 spot. Last week we showed you what's coming up for the softball team this season, and now it's time for that first pitch. First up for the Roadrunners was Adams State, who finished a couple games below Metro last season. On the mound for the Runners was senior stud Aubrey Mall, whose preseason awards matched her strikeouts on the day with 5. Next, it was the offense's turn to start it up. Talking about Chelsea Brew, who had not 1 but 2 home runs, including this 3-run blast. Outfielder Mary Towner also decided to get in on the home run action with one of her own, and Metro routs the Grizzlies 13-5 for their first win of the season. The team had 4 other games last weekend, winning against Regis twice and losing against Colorado Mines and UC Colorado Springs. For her performance over the weekend, Mall was named RMAC Pitcher of the Week. Next up for the team is the Desert Stinger Tournament, which is taking place this weekend. Coming into last season for the baseball team, you could have called it a rebuilding year. The team had a new coach and had to replace 18 seniors. Head coach Jared Otis went through some growing pains in his first year, but has some big plans for this upcoming season.
Let's go to regionals, win regionals, and hopefully get to the World Series and win that.
I mean, that's one of those things that we want to get accomplished and get done, and it's definitely one of our goals.
Last year, the team had 10 freshmen who accounted for 40% of the team's RBIs, and they're going to be called upon again to make this goal a reality.
For a bunch of young guys, throwing them into the mix right away, they did a phenomenal job going through the process, and they had their ups, they had their downs, but they really grew, and that's really what you're looking for young guys.
One of those players is Daryl Bacca, who in addition to leading the team in home runs last season, was named Freshman of the Year and was named to both the conference and regional preseason team this year.
He had a great year last year. He's got a phenomenal work ethic. He shows up to the yard every day and gets done what he needs to get done, and he'll continue to progress the way he has, and he'll continue to lead our team.
I was trying to go out and prove myself, I guess, knowing what I had done last year. So just trying to be within myself, take what I did last year, build on it, and know that there's not a whole lot of, myself that I need to put on the field. I need to just go out there, play ball.
With 5 returning starters to this year's squad, the pitching staff looks to improve on a team ERA that ranked 5th out of 8 in the conference.
It's coming together real well. It's a lot better than last year, actually. We have probably like 4 or 5 guys who are hitting 90, and we have a lot more depth. Last year we had maybe 3 or 4 bullpen guys. This year we have 8 or 9.
The team was picked 5th in the preseason coaches poll, so for them to accomplish their goal, it would definitely prove some doubters wrong. Now the baseball season is already underway. The team is taking on Fort Hays State just outside, and we'll play them again later today as part of a doubleheader, and then once more at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
I personally cannot wait to check out the Mines game tonight. I try to get front row seats to that.
Everyone got to pack the house, support the teams.
Absolutely. It'll be a fun game. That's going to do it for this.